We continue our series of podcasts, The Winning Stack, where we unfold and discuss all the life hacks, how to's, any receipts on how to win during the hackathon, what hackathons bring to the society, what a massive move can be created during the 40, 24, 48 hours, whatever duration of hackathon. Today, we have an extremely bright girl. She won more than 20 hackathons in just the beginning of her path above and beyond. She raised venture at 20 and already passed like turned down software engineering internships in Intuit and Walt Disney is a Jia Chen. Welcome in today to our live stream.
Hi, what's up?
Hi. Hi, that's great. Yeah. To be honest, we've been waiting for this podcast for about 1 month because our producer found you and we were thinking like you're a superstar. So great. You just replied your emails that's listed in your Instagram for like proposals. I don't know, maybe it was your producer or whatever. So glad to see you here. What's up about you?
Yeah, honored to be on this podcast and super glad to meet you again.
Yeah, that's great. So, to be honest, we would like to first understand. Let's unfold your personality step by step. And the very first question I want to ask you is, what university have been studying, and like what was before, if you think it's important to say.
Could you restate the question?
Yeah, I mean, like what university you are studying right now, or maybe you finished already.
Oh, yeah, I'm on a gap year from Michigan State University, um, in Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And what domain are you learning right now?
I was a computer engineering major with a minor in economics.
Sure, that's great. And so, have you born in the United States, or you moved there during your life?
Oh, yeah, I was born in the United States. I was born in Arizona, and I went to Taiwan for about 3 years to learn Chinese, and then yeah, then now I'm here for I've been in the U.S. for most of my life. Yeah.
That's nice. That's very cool. So, like for me, when I'm talking about hackathons, I'm thinking about like mathematics, computer programming, like
Mhm.
computer science, and like I all my life been passionate about mathematics. So, what's about you? Do you remember this first flashlight when you understood that you're gonna go for technology in your life?
Oh, it was. It wasn't exactly like I was going to go for technology. When I was 12, I was always building things. Like I was building mechanical hands out of cardboard, um, uh, birds out of cardboard, and other contraptions. I think I just had like a very creative background. Um, but I hadn't really gotten into anything like coding or like outwardly engineering related until um, my first year of college.
Yeah. Do you remember like your very first solution product maybe you still proud of? Like for me, it was a helicopter made from Lego, but
Mhm.
it wasn't a Lego pack for helicopter, so I did it just from bricks. So maybe you have something like this.
Mhm. Um, yeah, it was when I built my first bird out of a cardboard, and the wings were able to fly. Um, and yeah, I really liked how I came up with a unique solution on my own, and yeah, it sort of like spurred my creativity from there.
So like a car, like God of yeah. So to be honest, a little stuck in question. So I'm so nervous because I'm still thinking of talking to the Hollywood superstar. But anyways, we know you stated everywhere that you won more than 20 hackathons. And how long time are you in hackathons? For me, like everyone thinks that I'm extremely like participate extremely big amount of hackathon, but I don't have 20 hackathons in my career. Just few of them won, but you have 20 hackathons you won. So when you started, how long it last?
Um, I started in freshman year and did like a big spree of hackathons. I think at one point I went 10 weeks straight, every single weekend, going to a hackathon. And then took a little bit of a break and then did like another spree of hackathons. And then now I'm officially quit to do the company. But yeah, I think there was like a big burst of time where I was going to a hackathon every weekend and people would just be joking at my university that I was never there.
Gosh, but like an instant question: are you sleeping at hackathon or coding round code?
Coding. Yeah, pretty much. I was very focused on winning, so I would make
Well,
sure that all the features were implemented before I was able to go to sleep.
yeah, but if you during the week you should go to university, in the weekends you hacking,
Uh-huh.
so not sleeping. When do you sleep?
Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't really sleep that much in university. It was kind of a big sacrifice, and I probably wouldn't do it again.
Or do you sleep well now?
Um, for the startup, not as well. No.
So like we never fall into paradise, yeah, in this life. So it always will be some race. So okay, how you answered my next question about how often. So for the last year, it was more than 1,000 hackathons all around the world,
Mhm.
and they just was wondering like, are you traveling for hackathons? Like which countries you participated as a
Oh,
hacker?
yeah, I did travel for hackathons. Sometimes hackathons offer travel reimbursement. So, um, yeah, particularly university hackathons would you like, scroll down to the bottom of their page, and they have like reimbursements for travel. Um, or I would use the previous hackathon money I won from the last hackathon to travel. So I always had incentive to win because I needed to travel to the next hackathon with the previous prize money. And then there's this company called EZA, and they provide travel reimbursements to their hackathons.
And like, what do you feel when you win the hackathon?
What do I feel?
Yeah, yeah. Like, imagine we are at hackathon right now, everything finished, like, and in 5 minutes, results are going to be announced. Yeah,
Oh, before I win or after I win?
yeah, yeah. I mean, in 5 minutes, like, organizers are gonna present the results,
Oh,
and yeah, we are at the moment 5 minutes before this. I guess you quite nervous, yeah, and.
um, mhm.
It's coming, they announce, and you win. Like, what is it for you? Like, what's
Oh,
winnership in hackathon gives to you?
um, I think I feel a sense of relief when I win. Um, I think going to like hackathons in it of itself is like an opportunity, but also a risk where like you're giving up a bit of your time. Um, yeah, to participate in a long competition, and it's just relieving to know that your hard work paid off.
Okay. So, and like, again, on the last podcast, we asked a very interesting question. Like, how
Mhm.
much money have you won all around?
Yeah, I think about $20,000 in prizes.
Okay, nice. And good. So, what's the biggest prize you won in a hackathon?
Biggest prize was grand prize, first place,
Yeah,
four
and how
thousand
much?
five hundred dollars.
Say again, please.
$4,500.
Okay, so it's kind of great amount. I've always been curious about it. Like, uh, does people need to pay taxes when they won money at hackathon?
Oh, yeah. Uh,
I think sure.
mhm. Some and some don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we need to go to more specific questions. So we promised our audience to talk about the life hacks during the hackathon. So I just was wondering, how do you think, like, what's the best perfect setup for the team during the hackathon? Like, I'm always asking, can managers participate?
Um, Managers can participate, but since hackathons are such a time crunch, preferably there'd be more technical people. Um, I'm trying to remember my team breakdown. It's been a while since I've competed, but yeah, I actually wouldn't opt in for a designer. Like some teams choose like a specific designer, but I would choose someone who would be able to also do front end engineering. So like know their designs and also implement them, whether that would be me or someone else. Um, but yeah, then like there'd be two people on back end, and then yeah, it'd be like two people on back end, two people on front end, um, and yeah, everyone would be doing the engineering. So everyone would always have something to do. Occasionally, I would choose a business person, depending on the hackathon. So that would be a bit of a wild card. But I would sort of like look at the problem statement of the hackathon, look at the competition, and see if we needed a business person. And it paid off um, when I did for one of the wins, because yeah, they had an outstanding pitch and they were able to like look at the problem statement in ways that like the engineers couldn't. So yeah.
That's great. And is this setup work out for both online and offline hackathons?
Um, Yeah, I would say it works for both. Like, yeah, a front end engineer that is able to implement their designs, back end engineers. Yeah,
Yeah. Have you ever participated online hackathons where you're not on a venue?
yeah. One both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you inviting all your teammates to your apartment and you like share space, or?
Um. Well, the way I chose teammates was a lot of the hackathons in the U.S. have Discord servers, that you're able to meet teammates through. So a few weeks before the hackathon, everyone like talks to everyone in the Discord servers. So I would sort of choose teammates through that, and yeah, I would um, plan out what we would build before. So without any building, we would just like gather research, look at documentation, look at the different tools that are offered at the hackathon, and by the time we all got to the hackathon, we sort of like knew what timeline we would do to implement the product or um, project.
Okay, that's cool. Unfortunately, we get run out of time, and I extremely wanted to ask you about your startup, like Sprint Dev, because I consider it as a platform for hackers too. Could you say us a little about it, please?
Yeah, Sprint.dev is a place that makes it easier to join hackathons. You can join a hackathon, join our Discord server, get support. This helps like if you're a beginner. Um, Also, companies recruit from that site too. So yeah, if you're interested in hackathons, maybe scared to go to one, there's tools on there where you can um, more easily find teammates and receive support for building.
And you raised venture for this project, or
Yeah,
you?
raise venture for
Ah,
this project.
nice.
Um,
What size of your audience right now already? I mean, what audience you have right now for your product?
oh, audience. Yeah, like entry level developers, some enterprise as well.
That's incredible. Yeah. So, and some users saying that I want to start hackathons. So I think that actually you should go to spring.dev. And I visited that website. It's actually extremely user friendly. Like from the first line of website, you understand where to go to start with the hacking. So it's really awesome. Um, yeah, Ja, I wanted to ask: have you ever been scared of something during the hackathon?
Um, Not too much. No, I usually went in with full confidence and belief that I would win. Um, I think it's like a common thing where people are afraid of their technical skills or afraid of how they will like perform compared to other people. But um, And I think I did feel that my first hackathon, but I was focused on making the project a reality. So it doesn't matter how much technical or no technical skill you have. You like if you go in with the belief and the confidence that you'll win, that's already like one leg up. Is having that mindset because then like all of your actions like internally start to like reflect that. So your brain will be sharper when you start debugging. Um, you'll be more confident about knowing there's a solution to every problem you have. One thing that I just think about is that the internet is so like infinite, so any problem there will be a solution, and I keep on telling myself there will be a solution, and there often is when people think there isn't. So yeah.
That's true. So actually, like try and fail,
Hmm.
then gonna race. Yeah. Okay, so I propose we finish our podcast with a blitz. Few very short questions, like you need to respond quickly. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, the last section. So, top three skills for hacker.
Top like sweet skills.
Top three skills. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like modern libraries, React, Next, databases like Supabase. Um, yeah, other tools would be like maybe knowing some backend stuff like Node, Fast API, and oh yeah, other people are asking like main prerequisite more than mindsets to 10 hackathons as an individual. Um, Another person, yeah, saying technical, non-technical prereqs. Yeah, yeah. So like just study up on the modern libraries. Yeah, React and Next mostly. I would recommend watching a few videos on how to get those like started up. Um, like get some basic projects. Um, and yeah.
Okay. Nice. So, next question. If imagines that everything possible, what should be the fair price for the first place in hackathon?
Fair prize for first place in hackathon. I think for the amount of work, honestly, it should be like $2,000 or $5,000, like 2K to 5K. Um,
Like in this range. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, 2K to 5K, preferably like yeah. I think 3K would be reasonable,
Okay.
maybe even more. Um, yeah, but
Okay. So
yeah.
every time you see more than 5K, it's like a Klondike. Okay. So good or dark hacking. It's not about hackathons, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. What do you mean?
Do you know who's dark hackers?
No.
Who is just hackers? People that overcoming the defense measures. But we can skip this question. Okay, why coding or thorough solution?
I think it should be a combination of both. If you have AI tools, they help you become more efficient. So you should definitely use them. Um, Not vibe coding like at all would actually be a detriment to you at the hackathon nowadays. I think maybe like a year or two ago when I first started hackathons and there's less vibe coding, um, there were still ways to like leverage like open source like YouTube and things like that. But nowadays there are these tools, everyone will be using them, so like keep a competitive advantage and use them as well. But also like plan out the solution in your head, know what steps you are to take, still like figure out the timeline for technical implementation while you vibe code. That's my take.
Cool, that's nice. And like during the hackathon, what's better to sleep more, so be more energyful, or to code more for having more time?
It depends. I think you have to set like non-negotiable features to be implemented, as in like just like the top three features that must be implemented before the demo. What I do is I visualize the demo at the end. You only get 1 or 2 minutes, so I imagine a 1 minute demo of what I would show the judges. And everything in that visualization, at least the very basic like framework, has to be finished before I sleep. And if it's not, then yeah, there will be no sleep. But another thing is that sometimes, like in a long stretch, you might have to take a nap, and that would like help you get rest before the pitch. Because if you have like a tired pitch, um, also is not helpful. But yeah, just have non-negotiable features that you have to implement at whatever cost.
Yeah. Joe, we run out of promised time. So just question, like, do you have another 5 minutes so we can wrap up with the last blitz question and answer questions of audience?
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, there's a few questions from the audience, so I would want to help them too.
That's great. That's nice. Okay, so next question is if imagine that you have a plenty of choice, would you rather pick the big tech or a startup as a working place?
um, I would probably do startup. I think um, I like the fast-paced environment. I like the amount of agency and decision making you get to have. I also sometimes don't like it too as well because it's pressuring. But I think it's much more of an adventure, much more of a story, and yeah, I would probably choose startups over big tech most of the time.
Yeah, that's great. To be honest, me too. I also prefer startup for its space. Yeah, absolutely exact word for describing difference. Anyways, in your during your internship at Walt Disney, like, have you understood what's big tech or it was like startup vibe?
Oh, yeah, I was offered a position for Disney, but I had to turn it down because of the startup. And yeah, I guess I haven't truly experienced too much of big tech, but and I did kind of want to experience it for a little bit, but I think even I think there's a lot of growth opportunity in startups by default. So sometimes you just got to make sacrifices and go for something that you know will help you grow in the direction you want to grow.
That's true. That's true. That's real freedom, as far as I feel it.
Mhm.
So, imagine everything is possible again. As I really love this statement. You are going to build a new team, brand new team for the hackathon. You're going to participate. Are you going to build this team, picking up from experts or from your friends?
Oh, are you going to build a team from experts or are you going to build a team with your friends? Um, yeah, this is a good question. So, a lot of mistakes I notice people make with choosing teammates is that they look at the credential first versus the actual projects that the people build or the actual experience or mentality that people have. So, they look at, oh, like big school researcher, and they're like, oh, this person's going to be cracked. Um, they don't look at their GitHub. Their GitHub is inactive. Uh, and also, within the first 2 hours of the hackathon, the person is like, "Oh, probably this probably won't work, so I'm probably just gonna go to sleep." And then they come to me and they're like, "Whoa, wait, like, Ja, I thought they were gonna be cracked, and they ended up not um, doing what I thought they would." Um, so yeah, I think for choosing teammates, whether it's like a friend or a supposed expert, like look at the GitHub, look at like analyze the conversation that you guys initially have, whether it's on call or on text. I think, yeah, on text. They're like, "Oh, I want to try my best at this hackathon. I'm passionate about this area." See the way they talk about the different like tools you suggest, like whatever APIs, and you'll kind of get a sense about how they'll actually operate within the actual hackathon. So yeah, sort of like ignore titles and go for people who you think will actually be able to execute the tasks.
To be honest, like, I'm absolutely surprised, and all the questions I'm asking today, like, you unfolding them much deeper than it's been supposed to. So thank you very, very much. What do you think if we answer a few questions from people who've been listening to us
Mhm.
last 25 minutes?
Mhm.
I'm really anticipating to see what's in our plate. Yeah, the first question comes from Michael Feverkis. Sorry if I pronounced his name wrong. Can you say something? What are the main prerequisite, more than mindset, to attend hackathon as an individual?
The main prerequisite is that, yeah, I mentioned
Great
like
question. Yeah.
the tech stacks, and then honestly, so much of it is actually mindset. Um, people think that it isn't mindset, or people think that, oh, they get wrapped into their heads about what technical skills they need, what teammates they have, but it still is like I'm still going to redirect the question to being like, even though you are questioning your technical skills a lot right now, and I did state them, which is like the modern libraries of React and Next, um, still like rewire your mindset to be like, this is not, I don't need to know these technical skills. I need to sign up for the hackathon, look at the at the skills, or look at the tools that the companies are offering. Like there will be different, like maybe Warp or something. They have like APIs. Look at the documentation. Tell yourself you can do it. Not only that, come up with ideas on your own, and don't worry about teammates. Pitch your ideas in the Discord servers or whatever servers there are, and people will see that confidence and go to you instead of you begging them to be teammates. So yeah, just go in. There are no metrics or prerequisites you need to attend a hackathon. The only thing that you should focus more on is your mindset and how you approach the competition itself.
Yeah, I also would like to little from my side that actually, yeah, believe in your even not victory. Like victory is not a goal. Goal is to create something new. So more you try, more you fail, more new you're gonna create, and it's most important during the hackathon. It's just
Mhm.
my opinion. Yeah. The second question again from Mikhail. Could you say something as well as data analysts need to bring to hackathon as well?
Um, so something that data analysts need to bring to hackathons. Um, yeah, that pretty much is like the same question. You're like probably asking me for particular skills you need. Um, but yeah, I think something that would be helpful though is you can go to DevPost or any other hackathon site and look at previous projects and see like what stacks people are using, what kind of projects are being built. Look at some demos, and that will probably also be reassuring to you as well. Because honestly, there are so many different tracks and so many different tools that the tools will vary. Um, but look at the different combinations of tools for different projects or different tracks, and that will help you figure out like what tools you need to build whatever solution that you thought of.
Okay, the next question is from Rishabh. How to brainstorm unique idea as we think something unique but's already been implemented before.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, it's to rephrase question, like if I understand correctly, how to brainstorm something new, even considering that's already been invented. I don't know, like strange. Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Great question, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. So when, yeah, that's a pretty common question. It's people struggle with coming up with unique ideas, but I think a way to make ideas unique is to look at the people who are you really solving the problem for. um yes, and like in theory, okay, let's think about this. Like maybe like a resume builder app, everyone's going to be making the same resume builder ChatGPT wrapper app. um but if you look at, so go to, so you start thinking about the people, think about the people that would be using this resume builder, um, and then narrow it down to people who would be even more affected by like a unique solution. So the general people that are building this resume builder are like, yeah, entry level students. Um, and now you break down each of the groups of students. So let's say, yeah, students in university, students, um, like I'm just like brainstorming different types of students, maybe doctor students, law students, um, uh, yeah, even more niche, like students with ADHD, students, yeah, any kinds of students. And so instead of this large like group of people, you find the different subgroups of that, and then you put yourself in the shoes of those people, or you look online and see what the biggest problems these groups are solving. I mean, these people are facing, as in like law students, maybe their resumes are blah 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 blah, or they're trying to get to into law school. Then you can like see how your idea would shift. It would go from this like large basic idea into like actually thinking from someone's shoes in like a subgroup. So now you have a niche, and now you have a very specific problem that would solve the niche, um, almost flawlessly or seemingly flawlessly. And yeah, uh, whether it's like education, as I put that example, um, or healthcare or anything, you can like, yeah, hone in on different diseases, hone in on different like uh, the different parts of the pipeline for healthcare, and yeah, just find a target and then shoot straight at it.
Yeah, I just would like to add that you're talking about healthcare, so we can remember how AlphaFold became true. It's not invention. It's like not a unique idea. It's a new application that changed the world. So it's just neural network approach to understand the 3D structure, 3D molecular structure folding. I mean protein folding. And I'm not so sure that during hackathon you always should create a unique idea. Sometimes I would say even 99% out of time, out of 100, you need to find a good application, find a way you solve the problem. And even guy from our first podcast, episode one, Vili Tovjainen, like on the very last junction hackathon, he created a hardware device. Yeah, nothing unique there, but is a unique solution for the problem that's been stated during the hackathon. And I think that again, as usually I say, more you try, more you achieve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Okay, so we have the next question. I think that we apparently need to start to wrap up. So I think it's like maybe one or two questions more, and we finish. So, John, can you let us know how we can identify problems in company which works in automation business and provide those solutions to other companies?
Okay, I'm gonna look at the question again. So, identify problems in the company which works in automation.
Yeah, yeah, like how to identify
I
problems in consulting company, maybe to help them with something.
um, how you go about it.
When I'm talking about automation, I'm talking about mostly agentic AI. So, like how to identify problems in companies providing agentic AI service to another big businesses. Interesting,
I think
quite
just
tangled.
talk to the people who represent the company, either online or in person. Just talk to them directly.
Giant, big question from my side. How to start this conversation to these people?
Oh, how to start the conversation to those people. Okay, wait, I'll just break it down step by step. Okay, so step one is you look at the people's backgrounds, you look at the company itself, and you write down what you think the problems are. So you like use your intuition to come up with what you think their problems are. Don't assume, don't have the mindset where you assume that you don't even you won't come up with any solution. Um, Come up with solution anyway. Like force yourself to come up with one or two solutions to that company. Then you go, step two is you go up to the person and you tell them what you think the solutions are. And because if you're either right or if you're wrong, they'll either encourage or discourage you. You present those like hypothetical solutions, and then they'll be like, "Oh, that makes sense to me," or they'll be like, "Oh no, actually, we actually want this." So you already like started the topic, the conversation with what you think would be the thing, and because you have like some substance to work with, then the companies can then you can like it'll either confirm or deny your suspicions, and also encourages original thought too, because
Yeah.
yeah.
How often do you receive questions? I mean, requests from LinkedIn like, we have a big team of experts you need. Do you like to, our programmers do some stuff for your product?
um I don't accept LinkedIn requests as much anymore. um
What made you stop doing this? Like when you, I suppose that's when it just begun. You've been talking to people like, hello, what service you provide. Then you start saying, hello, I now need it. So right now you just skip it, yeah? And what kind of request you may accept? Like, could you give advice to to people listening to us how to approach company representatives via the LinkedIn to not be declined from the beginning?
I think cold email or get a warm intro. Like, this is something I learned in Silicon Valley, but rather than um not rather than just like approaching them out cold, just um see if you know someone that knows them, uh or people that would be able to get you to know them, and then go in warm. And if all else fails and you can't get a warm approach, though I would say just do warm approach first, is just be sincere. um I think I respond to messages or I accept requests from people um who don't look like their cold outreach is ChatGPT generated, um and or they have like a specific question that looks like it's not just to like connect and do like a coffee chat. Like there's just so many of the same messages, but if there's someone who has like a very unique question, or who has a unique insight, or says that we like connected from a similar space, as in like, oh, I also do hackathons, or I also do this, then I would accept the request.
Okay, so it's not, to be honest, it's like can be heard at just words, but it's very important, very deep. So if you want to establish connection to anyone, yeah, some work have to be done instead of just texting like, "Hi, I'm having engineers. Don't you like to work together?" Yeah, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
From my side, I would like us to add that hackathons is a great place to obtain new contacts. Yeah,
Mhm.
because like for me, for my business, like any contact I'm having returns back during the 5 years. So like if today I
Mhm.
got new you job, so probably within next 5 years we will have same project. Maybe no, but not tomorrow. Yeah, not
Yeah.
in 1 month. Yeah, we need to build up this trust, this confidence, and somewhere in future we maybe will be beneficial. Our partnership may be beneficial to our businesses, but like invest today to have success in 5 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
Second thing, I wanted to say that there is a book from Rob Fitzpatrick. It's called The
Mhm.
Mom Test. Maybe
Yeah,
it
yeah,
will
yeah.
appear here. Yeah, as like a Klondike of recipes, which works and which not.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I was about to mention that earlier, but
Yeah, that's great. So I think that it was great conversation, Joe. Thank you so much for responding, for joining, and I would appreciate if you can give like the last advice to all the hackers listening to us. Like, if you have just one word to express your opinion, like what would you wish to the hackers that are yet to start a hackathon?
go in fearlessly. Don't care about your technical skills. Just sign up for the hackathon and attend. If you don't win, that's fine. Just go to the next one.
That's awesome. That's like making me curious about participating in every hackathon I can. Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Hmm.
And I think that actually we also would like to announce that in June we're gonna have a hackathon here in Lisbon. It's gonna be held in a hybrid format. It's called xthon. In Portuguese, it's gonna be pronounced eleição, and it's gonna be in hybrid format, micro hack, like first day online and second day on the venue. We are not limiting amount of people who are going to participate, so we're gonna announce it soon. And please join us, and let's enjoy hacking together, like trying, failing, participate in educational meetups, and we get to know a lot together. Thank you so much for joining. Huge thanks to Joy again, and see you soon. Please subscribe, put likes. I'm doing this first time, like really, like what we need to say, like put like, yeah, subscribe, and click the bell. It's true. Did I forget something?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
So nice. I think we get out of life. Thank you so much, everyone.